Welcome to e-content developed by Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. In this video, let's discuss the Unit 6 of ARM controller, that is LPC 2148 peripherals, this session 2 on GPIO, that is general purpose input and output. In the previous section, we discussed about the pin connect block. Let's have a quick recall on pin connect block. That is, the pin connect block allows selected pins of microcontroller to have more than one function. By using the configuration resistors, there are three configuration resistors in pin connect block: pin select 0, pin select 1 and pin select 2. All these three resistors are 32-bit resistors. Here in pin select 0 and pin select 1 are used to control port 0 pins, that is from port 0.0 to port 0.31. Out of 32 pins, the first 16 pins are controlled by the pin select 0 resistor and remaining 16 pins are controlled by the pin select 1 resistor. And the next pin select 2 resistor is used to control the port 1 pins, that is from port 116 to port 131. In the pin select 2 resistors, only 2 bits are used, that is bit 2 and bit 3. Bit 2 controls the pins from port 1.26 to port 1.31 and bit 3 controls the pins from port 1.16 to port 1.25. In this session, we are going to discuss the GPIO. In the introduction about GPIO features, GPIO applications, pin descriptions and the resistors that are there in the GPIO to control the GPIO pin operation. And finally, we will be having an assessment questions based on the topics that are covered in this video. So introduction on GPIO. Here the general purpose input output is nothing but a pin on an LPC IC LPC2148. That is, some of the pins out of 64, LPC2148 is a 64 pin IC. Out of 64 pins, some of the pins are called as the general purpose input output pins because those pins are used for the general operation, that is to read or to write the data from the external peripherals or from the internal peripherals. So it can be either input pin or output pin. These GPIO pins are used as both as input pin as well as the output pins. A group of these pins are called as the port. So some pins of the LPC2148 are used as the GPIO pins. Here the pins are grouped into 32 pins. Together that group of pins is called as the port. In LPC2148 we have two ports, that is port 0 and port 1. So these are all the, if you observe the pin diagram of LPC2148, so wherever the port operation is there, that is port 0.21, that is port 0.22, that means from port 0.0 to port 0.31 and port 1.16 to port 1.31, those pins are called as the GPIO pins. So these GPIO pins together combined into a group of pins are together combined and called it as a port, that is port 0 and port 1. So let's look into the some of the features of GPIO pins, that is the pins from port 0.0 to port 0.31 and port 1.16 to port 1.31. That is all 32 pins of port 0 and the 16 pins of port 1 are related to GPIO pins. These pins are called as the GPIO pins. These pins are used for the general purpose input output applications. These pins may be dynamically configured as input as well as output. These pins are used to read the data from the peripherals as well as to write the data into the peripherals. We can do both the operations, that is read and write operation. That means that these pins can be used for both input as well as output. We can take the input from the peripherals as well as we can send the output to the external peripherals. Entire port value can be written in one instruction. Here the port 0 is a 32 pin port. All 32 pins are, we can read together or we can write the data into that port pin at a time. That is, the entire port value can be written in one instruction. There are some set of instructions that are used to access these port pins by using only one instruction. Either we can read all the data, we can write all the data at a time into the port pins, or we can set or clear any number of bits in a port by single instruction using bit level set and clear register. So there are two options. If you want, you can write or you can read all the port pins, all 32 pins together, or you can perform an individual pin operation. In the out of 32 pins, if you want to set only one pin or if you want to set only one pin, that operation is also possible by using the GPIO resistors. In the next slides, we are going to study the GPIO resistor. By using those resistor, either we can read all the port at a time, entire port at a time, or we can set or clear individual pins in the port by using the bit level set and clear resistor. On reset or after reset, by default, all GPIO pins acts as the input pins. So whatever these GPIO pins are there, that is from port 0's 32 pins and port 1's 16 pins. By default, on processor reset, these pins acts as the input pins. They are available for the input operation. They take only the input. If you want to use those pins as output pins, or if you want to send some output on those pins to the external peripherals, then externally you have to set by using the GPIO resistor as these pins are output pins. Can control the direction of individual bits. It need not necessary that you have to set all the pins of the port pins as input or all the pins as output. We can set individual bits or individual pins as input pin or output pin. For example, in this 32 pins of port 0, we can set only one pin as output pin and remaining pins as input pins, or we can set 5 to 10 pins are output pins and remaining pins as input pins. That means we can control the direction of individual pins or individual bits. GPIO ports are accessible using either legacy group of resistors or enhanced feature resistors. To control the operation of these GPIO pins, that means whether we are using it as an input pin or output pin, or entire port is using it as an input port or output port, or to set an individual pins or individual bits in the port 0 as well as port 1, we are going to use is two group of resistors. In that, the first one is the legacy group of resistors and next is the enhanced feature resistors. Those resistors we are going to study in detail in the next session. And next is the GPIO application. So for what purpose we are going to use this GPIO port pins, that is the general purpose input output. As I said before, these port pins are used for the general operation. For the LPC 2148 IC, if you are going to connect any external peripherals, so whatever we studied in the previous session, that is the internal block diagram, those things are the functional blocks which are there within the IC or the internal peripherals. Apart from those, if you want to connect any external peripherals to the IC, that is performed by using the GPIO pins. Obviously, for manufacture any embedded device by using the LPC2148 IC, we have to connect the external devices to the LPC2148 pins. So out of 64 pins, we have some GPIO pins. For example, if you are going to manufacture a mobile by using LPC2148 IC, we have to connect an LCD display, LED indicator, or the keypad, or the speaker, like real-time clock, like that. If you want to connect any external peripherals to the LPC2148 IC, in that case, we are going to use this general purpose input-output pins. So generally for any connecting any external devices, we are going to use the GPIO pins. That is the first application. In the same way, driving LEDs or other indicators. For example, in mobile, if it is on or for the torch, we are going to use the LED. If you want to drive that LED, you have to connect that LED to the GPIO pins and controlling off-chip peripherals. That's what the general purpose IO. That is off-chip devices means the devices or the peripherals that are connected to the IC pin externally. Those off-chip devices are not there within the IC. The devices which are there within the IC are called as the on-chip devices or on-chip peripherals. Apart from that, for real-time application, we have to add some other devices, we have to connect some other devices into the LPC2148 IC. Those devices are called as the off-chip devices or off-chip peripherals. So to control all external peripherals or off-chip peripherals, that controlling operation is also done by using the GPIO pins. And next is sensing digital inputs. If you want to give any data from external peripherals to the LPC2148, or if you want to write any data from LPC2148 to the external peripherals, that is also done by using the GPIO pins. And these are some of the applications, that is generating trigger for external devices. That means controlling any other devices that which is connected to LPC2148. That operation is also done by using the GPIO pins. So this is the pin description, that is already I said before, that is port 0.0 to port 0.31. That is the 32 pins of port 0 are used as a general purpose input and output operation. In port 1, we have only the 16 pins, that is from port 1.16 to port 1.31. The number of GPIOs actually available depends on the use of alternate function. In the pin connect block, we know that for each pin there are more than one function. That pin can be used for the GPIO operation, that is by default the first operation is GPIO operation. If that pin is available for any other operation like pulse width modulator, analog to digital converter, or digital to analog converter operation, then that pin is not available for GPIO. It depends upon the configuration resistor values of the pin connect block. But in general, if we are using all the pins or GPIO pins, in that case, these are all the available pins on LPC2148 for general purpose input and output operation. So these pins are used to connect any external devices to the LPC2148 IC. In real-time application, if you are going to manufacture any embedded device by using the LPC2148 IC, we have to connect some external peripherals. External peripherals can be in case of computer, it can be keyboard or mouse or monitor, it can be anything. But in case of mobile, again a display unit or speaker unit or LED or memory, those are all external memory, those are all are called as the external devices. Those external devices are connected to LPC2148 IC by using these GPIO pins. So next is the resistor description. There are two set of resistors that are used to control this GPIO pins, that is enhanced GPIO feature register. There are 5 enhanced GPIO features registers and 4 legacy GPIO register. So all these registers are used for the same purpose, but here the speed, depending upon the speed or depending upon the speed operation of the registers, the registers are classified into two types, that is legacy GPIO registers and enhanced GPIO registers. This enhanced GPIO registers operation is faster than legacy GPIO registers. Apart from that, all the registers are used for the same operation. So in legacy GPIO registers, we have 4 registers, that is IO, DIR, IO pin, IO set and IO clear. In enhanced feature GPIO register, we have 5 registers, that is fast IO DIR, fast IO mask, fast IO. In enhanced feature GPIO register, those are all the fast registers. The operation will be much faster than the legacy group of registers. So those registers are fast IO DIR, fast IO mask, fast IO pin, fast IO set and fast IO clear. As I said in the previous session, all these registers are memory mapped registers. In LPC 2148, the available 4 GB of memory is divided into different category. That is, some part of the memory is reserved for code as well as for data. In the same way, the some part of the memory is reserved for the peripheral registers. So in pin connect block also we had 3 registers. All the 3 registers are memory mapped register. That is, those registers, the memory allocation is already reserved. In the same way, here also for GPIO registers, that is for 4 legacy GPIO register as well as for 5 enhanced feature register, the memory allocation is reserved. That is, these registers are also 32-bit registers. For each register, the 4 memory location is allocated because the width of memory location in LPC 2148 is 8-bit. So these registers are also 32-bit registers because the port is 32-bit. To control the 32-bit port, we need 32-bit register. So for each 32-bit register, there is a 4 memory location allocated to each registers. So let's look into some of the assessment question. Remaining this, we are going to study in the remaining next section about the IO DIR, IO pin, IO set and the enhanced feature register in detail in the next session. Assessment question. The first question, GPIO pins are input pins, output pins, input or output pins, none of the above. I said in the features of GPIO, these GPIO pins can be used as both input and output pins. Therefore, this is the answer for the first question. Let's look into the next question. How many ports are there in the LPC 2148? How many ports are there? There are 2 ports in the LPC 2148, that is port 0 and port 1. GPIO ports are accessible using which type of registers? Legacy registers, enhanced feature register, a pin select register and legacy register, legacy and enhanced feature register. What is the correct answer for this question? That is D. We can access the both GPIO ports, that is port 0 and port 1 by legacy and enhanced feature register. Number of instructions required to read write entire port value. Each port is 32-bit port, that is port 0 and port 1. To read or write the entire port value, how many instructions are required? How many instructions are required? There is only one instruction is enough to read the or to write the entire port value. After reset, by default, all GPIO pins acts as after reset, all GPIO pins acts as input pins. If you want to use those GPIO pins as output pins, externally you have to set the direction of GPIO pins either by using legacy group of resistor or by using enhanced feature resistor. Next is application of GPIO, whether it is used for driving LEDs, controlling off-chip devices, sensing digital inputs, and final option is all of the above. Anyhow, we know the application of GPIO that is used for all the above mentioned application, that is used for driving LEDs, controlling any off-chip devices, and sensing digital inputs. Thank you all my team members for their guidelines while making this video. Thank you.